back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are neck deep, waist deep, something deep in C9 and Torque as we're jumping into map number 2 for the CyberPowerPC Extreme Series 25K Winter Edition. Winter is coming, and perhaps so is Torque's early departure from the tournament. Who knows, Bach?
I was expecting you to say we were something else deep, but you didn't get that far.
Didn't go there.
No, you went, you're knee deep, and then you went past it and went waist deep. So at least we didn't go any further. We're okay where we're at.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll get Valens back in a sec. Doesn't really matter in pistol round. As Stewie will drop the nade and peace out as he is going to run to first oranges. Torqued will be successful in fighting as a unit to get top banana control, but look at the map. Look at the map. C9 are coming for him hot.
Already pushing up on the flank, trying to spot them from the back of B. I love this flash that Stewie just threw. You didn't really get a chance to see it. I don't know if we did. You don't actually bounce it off the metal. You bounce it off the pipes. Stewie's going to get a nice headshot onto Effie's. That's the bomb being dropped, and now Steele is working through the back lines of construction. He's gone through the church. He's said his Hail Marys. And now it's time to see if it worked. He's got a target to his left and a target behind him as well. He takes the fight back with automatic. The Glock's going to win that one, but he catches a bullet in the side of the dome. And that'll be a 4-man survival pistol for Cloud9. A fantastic start to the second map, and just a continuation of what happened in the early part of that first map.
That flank was insane. As soon as Stewie realized he was in trouble, instead of calling for your basic CT rotation, everyone else in C9 pushed alt mid, push mid, and they're hot on the heels of Torque, giving them no room to breathe. That's pretty much what you have to almost do against pretty much a puggy scrim team. Pretty much what Torque is right now. We're going to be on the upgraded pistols, nearly catch Skadoodle, who may be daring enough for repeat. He is. He is the lone M4, so it looks like he is just going to be playing a little more reserved for now. As Torque looked to fight for Banana a little later on now, as a deep smoke and molly will come out from C9.
Now, we were talking about this coming into this map. This isn't a map that Cloud9 necessarily excels on. They've picked up some victories, but they're always really close games. A lot of 16-14, 16-13 defeats over teams that are definitely of a lower caliber than I'd say Cloud9 is. So there is a chance here for Torque if they can unlock the potential we saw in the second half. If they play like Torque from the first half, this game will be over with quickly. But if they look like the team that played that second half on their CT side, things could be promising here for Torque. There's a possibility of that third map. Cloud9 set up for defense on this A bomb site. They've got one in the site. That'll be Rush. Automatics on the balcony. The flashbang just came in. That forced Skadoodle out of position. He's actually letting them walk up Moto. There's 3 players already pushed up on the other side of that smoke, and here comes the explode. They're going to be able to spot that guy. Balcony, Skadoodle didn't stop the push, and now they can crunch on this guy on bomb site. That's problematic. It does allow Torque to get a bomb plant, and it will be a 2v3 post-plant setup.
Ooh, and Skadoodle is gone from Effie's, as it's Stewie and Tarek against Effie's and Steel. They have one SMG over Torqued, and now it is just Steel alone, hiding in sight, trying to play time. Will catch Stewie completely off guard, but Tarek pushes up with him on his left side, on his 6. They'll move in together and take the site. Tarek has a kit, easy defuse, not even an issue, but Torqued, importantly, will get a second round bomb plant. And you know what? They may just... looking at the scoreboard, looking at 4750, and knowing perhaps Steel realizing perhaps he doesn't have much of a choice. Nah, they're just going to have to. I was going to say, maybe we could see an AK and buy around it. I mean, it'd be definitely scary and risky, but I wouldn't have been surprised if they went for it.
I feel like in a game of this caliber, that's the type of decision that you won't see someone like Steel make. If this is like, this is like rank S, for instance. Yeah, 100%. He buys an AK here. Yeah. Or like if they had enough for an AWP and just pistol armor on the rest, they would do it. But in this type of scenario, it doesn't make sense. Save your money, buy up in the third. Him having all that cash does allow them to get at least a little bit of utility. So he's got a smoke double flash. We'll see how they try to utilize this. Maybe an additional bomb plant coming in. That's where Steel sees the value and the ability to get a bomb plant. They've managed to kill one more. Guimon drops Stewie as he tried to take fights from top Banana. The flashbang comes out from Steel, and it looks like they might press the issue further up towards Banana. Tark's going to drop down the smoke, but the T side has kind of pumped the brakes. They didn't accelerate off that. They didn't try to explode on towards the B site. C9 going to have Rush peek up from Arch, and that's 2 quick kills coming out for the CT side. Steel, A2Z, and Guimon now in a 4-on-3.
A2C's been impressive with pistols in this series. Will it continue, as they know exactly where Rush is? I think they may have even spotted him. So they're just going to try to walk up, and there you have it. Armin, the man, A2Z, hits a ringer. And all of a sudden, they've split the defense. Tarek has decided to push Banana. Skadoodle's rotating towards Arches. And alone in sight is Automatic. They are going to wrap on site now, leaving Skadoodle alone, trying to focus down this player in site/pit, who is full blind. That's Automatic. And this is going to be a plant for Torque. Nothing Automatic can do about that. Although he will work around the smoke.
Steel somehow spots him on the other side of that smoke graveyard, so even though they lost A2Z, they keep the rifle in play. And Skadoodle's taking damage from Guimon as well. That's great shooting. It brings it down to Tark, who's trying to push up truck side. The bomb is ticking away backside. He peeks out, get hit by the first one, but doesn't actually take damage. His aim just kind of went wacky for a second. It almost looked like he got gushed, but he didn't. Tark's going to get both kills, and he'll be able to defuse the bomb here for Cloud9. It's still a very expensive round, and it really helps Torque moving forward. Yes, 3 straight rounds for Cloud9, but back-to-back bomb plants for Torque and heavy eliminations, taking it down to 1 player twice in a row. It's going to have a long-term effect on Cloud9.
And Tarek, being the man who was alive both rounds to clutch it for C9, has to be the one to drop it off. So he goes down to pretty much no money, and everyone else will buy up around it. So Skadoodle is the richest, sitting at 1250. So this is definitely a spot where Torque, if they can pick up this first rifle round, will put C9 again in a world of hurt very early on due to them just finding success with pistols. I mean, they did that early on their T side and Cobblestone as well. So if they can get a few more rounds on T side than they did on Cobble, I'm very hesitant to say C9 have a smooth run here. I mean, I was impressed by Torque on their CT side, so I have decent expectations for them here on Inferno.
The other aspect is that up play, that strong play we saw from Skadoodle on Cobble. T-side Inferno opping has always been really awkward and clunky, so much so that teams have a tendency to gravitate more towards 5 rifle setups than an op. So it's possible that could be a way for Torque to kind of punish Cloud9's reliance on that dominant op. But that will be in the second half. We'll see what Torque can do for now. Steele's made it up past that molly onto top Banana, and he'll be able to find the entry onto Stewie. There's one boosted up, that's Tark at the cross, and they peek up. Yes, they do, but he's already got 1 bounce, and the smoke manages to find 1 more. That was devastating. They do get the bomb, and they will be going for a plant. It will be another bomb plant for Torque here, as they consistently seem to be getting the bomb down and planted on site. But due to the fact that A2Z was spotted construction, Skadoodle knows the bomb is free and clear to take. So Eppies dies and Skadoodle holds the line. There's that op we were talking about. It's a 4th for Cloud9 where they survive with more bodies, but again, Torque consistently getting bomb site control to get that bomb planted.
That's a little awkward, as Armin wasn't ready for them to already be in CT. Had a little awkward stare-off with Ska, both players having their knives out. And as you said, Skadoodle, realizing that Armin was spotted towards back, I guess Chapel, people call it, or you still call it construction, don't you?
Yeah, I'm old school. I even call it like generator sometimes, where water is, because there used to be a generator there.
I'm only 21. Can you believe I never played 1.6? Is that like a sin?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It just makes me not like you as much anymore.
That's okay. I mean, I have a 1.6 badge on my profile. Never played. We'll take those. As Torque will take these trades, being a 1-man up. As you know what, the more I think about it, I did play 1.6 pug. So, you know what? I'll take that as a victory. As Automatic. Go ahead.
Honestly, to be fair, I didn't really like you that much to begin with, so.
That's fair enough. I respect a man in his decision like that. I'm actually kind of hurt. Don't know what to say to that.
Just go with it. Automatic on 17 HP. Stewie sitting on 71. Opposites of one another. It's a 4-on-3. Numbers advantage for Torque. Even in the HP department, those 2 guys being heavily tagged up. Guimon is also low. He's swamped out for the op, you know. Bogdan's Law and everything. We'll see what he can do with this one. He's moving up Banana looking for a pick. I watched him pick up the op recently, and he was pretty impressive with it. Surprised to say, I usually expect him to be a rifler. Sabrosa and Tark dealing blows over on truck side mid. And that'll be a kill coming in that favors Torque because they have no chance of getting back into this game with the 3-on-2 numbers. With Automatic being so low on HP, it's just awkward. The money isn't there for Cloud9. They really can't risk it. They got to save. So Torque to finally get on the scoreboard. Cloud9 will survive at least with the 2 guns, unless Torque decides to go on the hunt. But I don't think, based on the current situation, they're going to have anyone probing out looking for anything.
Torqued will get that number 1 on the board. Question is, what will C9's buy be looking like in the next round? Both teams are kind of be scrapping for some cash. So it's one of these early rounds where on Cobblestone we didn't really see them break C9 on their T side that pretty much at all. So if we can happen here on Inferno, we could have a bit of a different dynamic, a different feel here on map number 2. As we will have to see Tarek drop over. He can't afford to drop an M4, so he'll give the op to Skadoodle, and he'll buy up his own M4. So that's already 3 rifles out. And I imagine Rush goes for the CZ, my best guess.
We've got a buy coming in with the FAMAS there for Rush. So Cloud9 will keep the op. It will be Skadoodle who carries it. Steel as well on the other side, so nothing's changed there. No role changes after Guimon was spotted carrying the op up Banana. We're going to see the molly come out from Guimon. That'll allow them to move up a little bit further. Skadoodle actually walking into the flames to try and go for a peek. Gets dropped down to 16 HP. Scopes up, never fires. So it's damage dealt for nothing. You lied about what?
I lied. Rush got a FAMAS from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was confused.
Wait, you can see that in game?
I legit thought that was a bind. Yeah, I saw that in GoTV.
Oh. Huh.
I thought you had a bind that just
I was
says,
typing.
I lied.
I was typing at myself in frustration, and you saw it. So that's not awkward. As Tarek gonna try to fight out of the cubby. I'm a liar, and Tarek's a winner. As he gets one, but will get mollied out. So neither of those are true. As Sabrosa's gonna try to sneak his way out, but it looks like Automatic's just gonna molly off towards Arches. Support up Rush, who is actually making a play in the apps. Perhaps about to get a French chest onto Sabrosa. Exactly the case. Rush gets an easy frag, now Torch are left without a apps control, without a player anywhere near mid. Or at least safely. As they're going to have to reassess the situation to go from there. Steel calls them back. Pulls his sheep back in towards his herd, and he is going to herd them towards Arches. Stewie is there, but they think that smoke's a lurk smoke. And that's exactly what Steel wants them to think.
Torqued gained control of brackets, and now they're moving up arch side towards Moto. Automatic is peeking truck. They've got Rush in headshot. Peeking towards Moto. They will spot the first one with Automatic's AK, but Rush has a hard time finishing off the kill. It's up to Guimon. He's got 2 HP. Nice shot, but the round is unwinnable. The time has expired, and now he's just hoping to hold onto this gun. Really can't afford to die at this point. They will be able to bring that up into the next round. He'll be able to drop an AK. And Steel could drop a Galil, armor up. Effie's can buy himself. There's flexibility here for Torqued. It's all about how they decide to utilize this cash they've got left.
Steel goes right into that head armor.
He can still drop a Galil, though. He drops another.
Yep, fair enough. You're an advocate of the Galil.
I mean, I think it's better than the ump at this point. With the recent nerf to the ump, I really don't think it's that great. I think people just buy it by default. Stewie almost got caught looking the opposite direction. Luckily, Skadoodle was there. Stewie was looking like he was alt-tabbed for a second. He was staring at a wall as they were already charging up to the divider. He's lucky Skadoodle was there to save the day. It's a man advantage for Cloud9. Torqued is going to just audible and head towards the A-bomb. We've got Rush locking down arch side. Gets one kill, traded out immediately. Another one coming in. That'll be Stewie who's made it up to the obelisk. That'll be a kill for him, make it a second as well. It's all up to Sabrosa. It's a 1v4, a very fast round from Torqued. It wasn't the recipe for success that they were hoping for. Cloud9 will shut it down with ease. 3 players survived the round again. And Cloud9 is starting to stabilize a little bit here on their CT side.
Well, now Torqued are in a rough spot. Only 2 round loss, $1,900. They bought down to pretty much nothing. So they will have relatively and pretty much nothing into this round, as C9 will be sitting pretty. Stewie will pick up the UMP. I have the full mollies, which is oh so deadly on a map like Inferno with these tight choke points. One molly can hold them back and deal significant damage. But this round is pretty much a formality. Just going through the motions is Torqued. Can't expect much out of this round, but you know what? As I believe Steels has said himself, he believes every round is winnable. And he doesn't like the mentality of, well, we only have P250s, let's just get this round over with. So, don't quote me, but I swear he said that.
I will quote you.
Alright, fair enough.
I will quote you, and I will challenge you every time that happens. Tark's picked up towards the longs. He's going to get a couple of kills from on high. His teammate Stewie with just a lowly ump. Taking that fight against these pistols, decides to re-peek. And there's the value of the ump right there. Kind of shows its ugly head. It just rears around, and you can kind of see, like, he's still using it like it's the ump from, 8-9 months ago, not the ump we have today. Tries to get into a fight as if it's a rifle. It doesn't work out. Sabrosa is going to pick up that ump off the ground. A2Z's got an M4. They've got to deal with the guy boosted up on the railings. And we'll be down to just Sabrosa here, who's trying to spin back and forth between the two targets. He's being pushed from Banana as well. Automatic will finish off the round. Another 3-man survival for Cloud9. And the sirens might be signaling the death of Torque's T-side. I don't know if you can hear that behind me.
I cannot.
Fire trucks literally just drove, like, right down my street, like 10 of them.
I still smell the smolders of the CLG CSGO division.
That's a low blow.
Too soon?
I like those guys.
I love those guys. I didn't mean that in any offensive manner. Just, my banter game. My banter game's weak.
Yeah.
Nah, John knows I love him. I love myself some Cutler. I mean, I think Cutler's old enough to be my dad, but that's a topic for another conversation, I think.
I think I'm older than he is, so...
Are you?
Yeah.
Looking for a son?
I'm 30, man. I'm an old fart.
Nothing wrong being an old fart. As frags will happen as quick as a fart. As Tarek's, trying to fight from default, M4 in hand, and there's just too many targets getting wrapped on and trying to fight towards Haytruck and top balcony. It's too much to ask, as it's Skadoodle and Stewie. In a 2v4, and I think this is safe territory. Torque should get their second. Question is, can they string rounds together? That's been the problem on their T side previously. Perhaps they will fix that issue into this.
That was probably one of the weirdest segues I've ever heard in my life.
As quick as a fart?
As quick as a fart. Is that a saying that you guys have in Canada?
Nah, I just came up with it.
Because, all right, so one of the first times I worked with Scrawny busted out the phrase, beating a dead dog.
I have beating a dead horse.
Exactly. Beating a dead horse is a saying.
Yeah.
But he says beating a dead dog, and he's like, that's just what we say in Canada. I'm like, that's just what people who beat dogs say.
I mean, he's French.
Well, sort of.
Kinda.
He's on the border. He does speak French, but he's not actually French-Canadian.
That's true.
But I was blown away by that, so I thought maybe as quick as a fart was something that you Canadians say, with your weird...
I mean, I do watch a lot of Trailer Park
bacon
Boys.
And your fake money.
Wait, are you talking about my female bacon?
I'm talking about, Canadian bacon and your wampum that you guys use up there.
My female bacon and my unrippable money and my Trailer Park Boys? Listen, don't go there. Those are all near and dear to me. So is Torque stringing a couple rounds together, near and dear. Needs to happen, as they're going for a cheeky little boost, actually, and it will catch ATT completely off guard. The Molly will cover their retreat, and that is Torque getting picked once again into another round, where Sabrosa is going to have to try to find an answer. And it's a Molly to stop him from doing so.
Once again, Torque has gained controls of brackets, and they're trying to move up into the A site. There will be one holding down Arch side. That's Tark, who's only got a FAMAS. This is one of those guns that can really just break when you need it to work the most. Automatic right on the other side of that hay cart. There's a bunch of players grouped up in that territory. He gets flashed out of position. His teammates locking down the site. That's Rush finding two with the help of Automatic lighting up another. Sabrosa and Guimon are all that's left. The two French-Canadian players trying to move into this A-bomb site. Rush is still backside behind the pillar. Sabrosa's going to throw down the Molly, but it's actually off the mark. It went to the other side, the other corner. Now Guimon, who's pushed up by the hay truck, does manage to get at least one kill. Nade lands right on top of him. Automatic, who's still alive, still sitting in pit, still looming, finishes off the round. And it's just a repeat. Again and again and again, we go round. It's like Groundhog's Day right now for Torque. They keep waking up, and it's the same outcome. 3 players for Cloud9 survive. They lose the round. It's 8-2 CT side. On a map that we talked about it coming into this series, is one of the most even maps in the current rotation right now.
Wildton Willie? That's the name of our groundhog.
What? You have a groundhog?
Yeah, Wildton Willie. I think that's his name. That's another thing we have in Canada. We name our groundhogs. As Stewie, gonna peek top banana. Peeking out like a groundhog. As he is going to find 2 frags, and now he will just keep smoke and hold and fall back. No reason to keep fighting. He realizes this as he has Skadoodle back come up. Torqued, already at a disadvantage in this round, beginning when they had 5 players, or even more so. As they will pick up the scraps to utility. Skadoodle almost hits a flick. That would have made me unplug my mic. Instead, it is just going to be Torque getting top banana control, but still not much going into this one.
Sort of like, you can have top banana control. That's cool. What are you going to do with it? You've got a P250 for 2 players and a CZ and armor for A2Z. The smoke goes down. That'll allow them to at least try to plant inside the smoke. Stewie gets lost As he tries to spam the smoke, he can't find the targets, but the rest die, as you would expect. Cloud9 puts a 9th on the board. Torque's struggles continue. Now, naturally, that was a save, so really this is the round you're looking at. But the money isn't even. Like, Effie comes into this round with 35-50. He struggled in the first map, and he's pretty much struggling here, too. He's sitting at 2 and 9. It hasn't been a good go of it for him, but everyone is not performing. The top fragger right now for the T side is A2Z at a lowly 8 and 9, 11 rounds deep into a half. So Torque is just starting to show that this is a pug team. We were hopeful that Inferno would, kind of be a map they could showcase some stuff on. Doesn't appear to be the case.
Well, they're not on the CT side yet. Maybe. But Skidoodle with his peek may just line a couple players up as they're going to peek. Gets first, he's going to go again. As that Molly is perfectly placed in front of the smoke. He knows there's a second player home. As the spray from Stewie is good for another frag. As that's all 3 players from Torque towards Banana. Just getting completely removed from the server. As Sabrosa and Effie were tasked to get an apps controller successful in doing so. But haven't found any frags. Haven't really found any info. And Rush is about to pop Sabrosa's head like a watermelon. There you have it. As the juices will splatter on the wall, and all of a sudden it's just Effie's in a 1v5. Minute on the clock, bomb down, and he's about to say at least a sweet lullaby to Automatic, but he has to sing 4 more times, and that can be tiring.
Effie's just curling a nade through that smoke. Here comes the pop flash. Good luck, friend. Godspeed. He dies almost immediately. It's double-digit rounds now for Cloud9 in the first half. As we reach round 13, Torque continue to hit their head against the wall, waiting for something to work. And it's not. The bruise is just getting better. The bloodstain is growing. It's Torque who continue to fail over and over and over again. And I think at this point, it's almost safe to say that Cloud9 is going to take this map. I just don't see anything from Torque that would indicate they're going to come back. And yes, their CT side on Cobble was stronger than their T side, sure. But they can't go into a second half with like a 13-2 scoreline and expect to mount a comeback. Cloud9 wasn't that weak on the T side. Torque wasn't that strong on their CT side in that first map. So ultimately, this is kind of looking like it's just going to march slowly to defeat for Torque. And it makes it very difficult to cast because there's really not much to say about Torque without making it sound like we're bashing them. They're just struggling. Every which direction they move in, it doesn't seem to work.
We don't want to beat a dead dog.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to beat a dead dog, as you crazy Canadians would say.
It's already dead. Let it be dead. But can Torque rise from the grave twice in 1 year? This would be the second time. That's Stewie. Nice little flash, actually, coming in from T-spawn. Will force Stewie off the angle, but Tarek will hang around. And Stewie's going to do a little bit of baiting for Tarek. Stewie will play the corner, and as soon as Tarek gets the call, he will swing. Stewie's going to pretty much fight this till death. And, well, he'll die quick. The Tarek may get cleared here. He gets the first. Actually, he's able to transfer his spray to a second. But it's good trades for Torque. They get 2 AKs out of the deal and are able to get a plant. And depending on the post plants, this could be doable. Although there are still two mollies usable on the C9 side.
I mean, there's no reason to not go for this. Cloud9 obviously has every indication that they're going to. They're moving up towards Banana Gimon right around the corner. Nice shot onto the first target. He's going to keep that Deagle going against Skadoodle, who's right around the corner. And there you go again. It could be a round here for Torque unless Automatic can clutch things out. He knows one's Banana. The shots are just slightly off the mark, giving them a bit of survival. As the clock continues to tick down, so does the opportunity for Automatic. He realizes there's no sense going for this one. It would be a waste of time and money. So he decides to try and fall back. That spray is going to get deep in the mag. Finally goes back to change and reset. The fact that that even just happened profiles this half right now. Automatic somehow survives despite being caught out on the cross and going 27 bullets deep in spray, having time to reset and 3-tap that last target. It's a third round for Torque, so there's at least something there. If they can somehow make this 10-5, that's better. But again, it is an even map, so 10-5 isn't really a scoreline I would like to see for Torque.
Well, Steel, I believe this is the first time we've seen a T-side out for Steel. Am I wrong?
Yes, you are wrong.
I'm wrong? The second
time?
time?
Remember, we saw Gimon glass cannon.
Right, Gimon had it out. Right, so this is the second time. Math has never been my strong suit, I'll be honest.
I feel like that's not math. I feel like that's just awareness.
Yeah.
That's like memory.
Yeah, I should probably get that looked at, too. But, Doctors are expensive. And so is the op. So this is the second time. There you go, I'll correct myself. We've seen it out on the T side for Torqued. Skadoodle. I'll hold the tight angle. First beat comes through. Easy kill for him, and not even bothered. He'll just waltz back into the site. As Steel actually will hold for the repeat. Catches the CT player. And now it's just Skadoodle alone. Blind and just threads the needle. He is going to be able to stay alive and wait for rotations. As it looks like they're going to go for a boost on the flower pots. Try to catch the planter. Tarek will do his best, but no. Shut down on the flowers. He'll go. He'll lay on the lilies. As it is a retake. A man down for C9.
Potential again for Torque to try and find something. Effie's, Sabrosa, Steel, and Guimon setting up for defense on this B bomb site. Skadoodle's trying to move in through construction and garden. He's got the op out, but there's a smoke down, keeping him at bay. Russian automatic also mollied out, so it's looking like the round is going to be gifted over to Torque. They're not going to have to fight for this defense at all. They do pick one off as they try to escape the site. That'll TP Sabrosa, who actually spots two, and now he's going to spot the third, so a little 3K peppered in at the end, but Sabrosa and Steel actually die, unable to get far enough away from the bomb to keep the guns in play, and they don't pick up the op. So they actually couldn't grab that op. It's okay, they can rebuy it, and it is the last round, so the money's not an issue. But just little things. That can be a problem sometimes for Torque. It will be Cloud9 now, who's on a 4-spy for this final round. Rush should have a gun. Rush had 4K. How'd he end up on an ump?
Where did it all go?
Unless it was a glitch in my GoTV. He had 4K coming into this round. I would have expected him to at least go like FAMAS armor. Huh.
Perhaps a glitch, but the trades work out nonetheless. C9 get 2 for 1, hold on to A apps control, and now Steel is left in a position where he needs to find an opening pick for his team, if not make room for A2Z, who will find a little bit of an opening towards Arch. Keep in mind the bomb is all the way back T stairs, so they can't waste too much time on this, and it's a perfect flash, but A2Z still wins that fight. As Gamon realizes there's a player towards Banana, he'll pick up the bomb and he'll go meet up with his teammates. As C9er, looks like they want to double push Banana here at a moment's notice.
They've got one player playing A defense. It's Automatic, who's back in the pit. He's holding on to that AK for now. Stewie and Tark are pushing down Banana. Tark watching the flank as Stewie goes past the smoke. T-side's currently grouped up on Arch side, slowly working their way towards A. There's also potential that they could wrap towards B, and it kind of looks like that's what they're doing right now. They move towards the Obelisk and Speedway. This is the perfect counterplay without them even knowing that it's the perfect counterplay. If they were to take this bomb B, this would work out wonderfully for them, because Cloud9 has evacuated the B bomb site. I think at this point, Tark's realizing, hey guys, they could go Arch side to B, and Stewie, now he's going to hear the nades. He's going to start running through Speedway. That's exactly what's happening. Torx takes the bomb towards that B bomb site. And they'll be planting the bomb in just a second here. They've already got Tark pushed up to the top of Banana. He's on the other side of the car, quote unquote. Not a car anymore, but it's barrels now. Stewie coming in through CT. The last player, Automatic, grouping up on Banana with Stewie. Or with Automatic, or Tark for that case. Jesus. I just stumbled over my own words like an idiot. Stewie gonna get that kill on the Steel as they come through. It'll be A2Z to trade out almost immediately. It's a 2-on-2. Automatic still has that AK, but the time is ticking away, and they don't have a kit, so that's the big problem. Tark gets spotted, and now it's Automatic on the site with the AK. He sprays away and gets one, but has enough time expired that he can realistically play with these defuses. Not likely. A2Z peeks out from construction, and it will be a 10-5 at half. So again, there's light at the end of the tunnel for Torque. There's a possibility of a comeback.
It's on the table.
Yeah, there's potential there. The biggest problem is, they have to look like they did on Kabul. They have to be that CT side team from Kabul. If we see that again, there is a possibility of a comeback.
Well, we are going to come back quickly after this quick ad break.
My name is Trick2G, and I use CyberPowerPC powered by Intel. Let's go!
All right, and welcome back here to the CyberPowerPC Extreme Series 25K Winter 2017 CSGO Invitational. God, that is a mouthful.
That's not all.
We're back with Cloud9 and Torqued. And Torqued are down 10-5 moving into this second half as they switch over to the CT side. This could have been so much worse for Torqued. And honestly, it probably should have been. Because there was a point where this was looking like a 13-2 and the game was a wash. Now there is potential for Torqued. It's really got to start in this pistol round. They need to start out strong like they did on Cobble. They need someone to put in a big play to kind of give them a boost of confidence. It was Guimon on Cobble to get a 3K. We need something like that here.
Well, speaking of 3, that's the exact number Torqued have towards their B bomb site. With Steel playing CT, trying to bait in some of these T-sided players. He's actually going to play a little aggressive, knowing that he still has 2 players in sight. He's willing to trade 1 for 1 or 2 for 1. As he's going to get spotted, takes the fight, and simply falls back. I thought Stewie would have swung by now. But he is just going to sit there for now, and he actually gets pushed down to 1 HP, able to fall back in towards sight. And it looks like C9 are just going to be content to just hang back and wait for another kind of peak like that.
This is like an anti-pistol round. Pistol rounds are usually fast, confusing, a lot of bloodshed early. Instead, we've already watched the clock tick down about a minute. And we've got a dedicated take coming in from Cloud9, one that includes utility. An impressive set of discipline coming out from Cloud9. They're waiting for that flashbang to potentially lead them in, and there it is. The flashbangs come out, and they try to go into this B site. We've got Effie's back behind Newbox. He's low on HP. Steel is here. He's also low. And that's the B site, free and clear. Great play from Cloud9. It sets things up masterfully. A2Z and Guimon trying to retake, and now just Guimon. We talked about his pistol performance on Cobble, how he picked up a 3K. He's actually the only one they were found to kill here, but that's the only kill they get. 1 kill only for Torqued. Cloud9 starts the second half the same way they played the first.
And that can't feel too good, knowing you had a stack, you had the right call, the right players in pretty much perfect positions to start that round off, and you still lose it. You have players there, the rotations came in relatively, I mean, you had the right call, and it just falls apart at the seams. Now it's 11-5. You're not going to get rifles out till perhaps 13 are on the board for C9, so Torqued are hoping they find some success into this round, if not deal damage. They'd really love to pick up this round. I mean, it's becoming to the point where rounds is a necessity.
You might have to carry the cast here. There's like legit sirens going off right behind me right now. I think I'm being arrested for bad casting.
I hear it now, actually. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's loud.
Surprised I haven't been put in prison yet.
One day.
Well,
still compiling the evidence.
Wow, that's not good. Hope it takes a few more years. It's automatic. We get close to mid. Keep an eye on that player in Boiler. That is Steel. He has that pesky CZ. So he's going to wait for sound cues. Let Sub Rosa pop a couple shots, and now a flash, and Steel's just going to wait. They'll walk in front of him. Can he get the first kill? He can, but down to 4 HP. He's actually going to swing. He wanted to try to take the fight to C9. Instead, that's an even trade for C9, which he'll be content with. And it leaves Guimon alone with a scout. Have you been put in handcuffs yet, or are you still good?
Oh, I'm good. It's Santa on the fire truck coming around.
Oh, well,
that's
there
why
you
it's
go.
driven past a couple times. I was legitimately confused as what the hell is going on because it's doing laps. But now it makes perfect sense.
Reindeer overrated.
Well,
Effie's and
A2Z both low on HP. A2Z's now sitting on 4. Automatic finishes off that last kill. And he'll be running away as he's looking for greener pastures on the B-bomb site, hoping to save that Deagle and armor for another round. I mean, it's something to bring into the next round because they won't really have much of anything. It should be a vanilla pistol coming out from Torqued and an opportunity for Cloud9 to spread the gap even further. It's really going to put a lot of pressure on Torqued in that first buy round. They need to pick up that first buy round, and this game could quickly end.
Saving grace. The Deagle and A2Z. We've seen some moments of brilliance with it. Couple deags here and there. Opens up the map. As I mentioned, it's going to be 13 before Torque get these rifles out. So the next one's just going to be one of these stepping stone rounds where Torque won't have much. Perhaps we'll see a push down banana, push down mid, something to try to catch C9 off guard, try to cause a little bit of chaos, perhaps where the pistols can thrive. But for now, it's a daunting task for Torque. We were saying pistol would be great for them on their CT side, but now they're going to have to play even more clean once the rifles come out in their end.
Every once in a while, you'll see this stack towards a certain bomb site work with just USPs and like that one powerful pistol, like the Deagle that A2Z's got. A2Z is going to be sitting in pit with the Deagle. The rest of his team was stacked on B. One of those guys is rotating off. That's Sabrosa. He's going on top of the pergola in CT spawn, but he's decided, I guess I'll head over towards A. A2Z does hear some nades raining out over the walls, making some noise over in that department. So he's decided to peek out a little aggressively, moving up towards the boiler room, and he does go down. Sabrosa, he's in library. The smoke is there. He can't see much. He's up on top of the chair trying to find an advantage, an angle over top of it. The bomb's about to be planted, and they've got players set up all over the place, waiting for the pushes to be coming through from Torque. They've even got a guy at the bottom of Banana ready to just cash in here. That'll be Tarek with the Khalil. He's got a deep magazine, and he just unloads. Tarek picks up the 3K. It's good money for Cloud9 and for Tarek more specifically, but now Torque move into the first buy.
It'll be Opless, and it'll be M4s without having that molly potential that's so nice to have on the CT side. A deep smoke, a couple mollies behind a banana, and you can actually fight banana, and it's almost like you have another man with those mollies. It gives you comfort to take deep fights towards banana. It gives you comfort to molly deep mid and try to peek towards alt mid. It opens up a lot of avenues on your CT side, and without it, you'll see a lot more turtling. You'll see a lot more cheeky plays like boosting on porch. They have to go for these kind of gimmicks due to not having the backbone of utility, just smokes. C9 already get top banana control, and they are just going to simply default it out, about to get full A apps control, which they have now succeeded in doing so.
A2Z is up on the planners, Effie's by his side. It's kind of breaking that sort of setup they had on Kabul, where they lumped the French Canadians together and they put Steel and A2Z together on the A bomb site. It was French Canadians playing B. That seemed to be what was working for them. In this instance, though, they've gone with a 2-1 on A and a 1-1 on B, mixing up both teams, blending them together. We've got Steel on the roof. He's being careful to play both anti-flash and to stay away from that window. That window just in front of him is spammable, and there's players right on the other side, Rush and Automatic. Smoke's going to go down on mid to refresh things. Pop flash in. That'll be Sabrosa's time to shine alongside Steel. Steel's up on top, Sabrosa beneath, but both players fall. It's a bloodbath over on Truck side. Rush and Stewie do survive. Effie's and A2Z going to be rotating in. The bomb's going to be planted, and it'll be another retake scenario for Torqued.
It's one they have to go for. Can't afford to save in this situation. I mean, yes, they could run away, but 14-5, the scoreline alone nearly forces them into doing so. And Stewie finds that out Effie's, it's A2Z. They claw this one back, the first front rifle round for them on the CT side. And Rush is just going to hide. Let Stewie be the peeker. Let A2Z get caught up in taking that fight. And there you have it. Rush will peekaboo up. That's 14-5. Now Torqued. Yes, they have 4-round loss. We will, depends. I was going to say we will see a half, but it really depends. Do they want to play for OT? Do they want to go all in here? And it is just, again, a scary scoreline to fight back from, especially against a team like C9. And you're a puggy roster. Your potential and opportunities to upset in rounds like this kind of diminish.
I mean, we talked about it coming into the series. I don't know if anyone from this Torqued roster necessarily came into this thinking, oh yeah, we're totally going to win this. Yeah. But if anything, it was a good testing experience, trial by fire. Looking at this roster, seeing if it's going to work on a larger scale. I think Kabul was a good showing from them. They definitely improved in that second half. But ultimately, Inferno, if this does become a team, not one of their maps. At least not right now, not in the current state. Cloud9 is having a field day with them, sitting at 14-5. Torqued will be saving. It'll be pistol armor on 3. Steel and A2Z deciding not to buy armor to back up those pistols. It should be another easy opportunity for Cloud9 to seal the deal, push it to 15, and then they'd be one away from walking across the finish line with a 2-0.
One smoke from Stewie thrown towards B, keeps those B players honest. LeBlanc the attack is coming towards the A site. Steal. I'm not sure actually where that came from. He peeked alt mid, was able to catch Stewie, and immediately shuffles back in A apps. So C9 perhaps think there's a player behind them, as Steele will call for the players to completely evacuate B. So they give time for Rush to work with as he gets towards hay bales. And you can see his teammates now starting to meet up with him. They'll trust Automatic to hold arches, but clearing pit can be ever so difficult, as Fize is going to be able to find Automatic. That's an AK for them to work with, as Tarek flushes out Steele. Isn't expecting second player below him. No, we will get caught from Yvonne, who picks up that AK, and it's a one-man advantage in the retake.
Skadoodle and Rush now with the bomb ticking away in the bomb site. Got A2Z and company moving up. Effie's is just behind them. Positioned up in the corner is one. Rush is on the back box. He's trying to survive for a little while longer. 22 HP. He's still here. He's still killing clock. But ultimately, they will stick the bomb. And it should be torqued, at least getting around here. But it's not an easy one for them to take. And there's still a mountain of rounds in front of them that they need to grab in order to make this comeback possible. So it's really a question of how long can Torque do this? How long can they sustain this comeback? Because we watch these comebacks all the time. We watch 14x comebacks, and they end at, like, what, 14-12? Finally, they get 15. Maybe you see 15-13, and ultimately, in the end, it's still a defeat. They still lose 16-13. But at least, again, it would be an opportunity for Torque to really test this roster.
Immediately, they feel comfortable enough. They go in towards this double up setup. Steal and A2Z. And Stewie goes down to 51 early on into this round. And rarely do you see an op push A apps like Skadoodle. He's going to try to take a peek from Boiler. Look at this. Knows there's a smoke behind him. He's going to hold arch side. He's waiting, and he is going to catch Steal. And Skadoodle will shuffle back in towards Boiler. And that's a first pick for C9 with a minute 17 on the clock. That is an extremely ballsy play from Skadoodle.
Right now, Cloud9 gaining control of slats, or brackets, or whatever it is you want to call it, all the way up mid. The bomb is back in that general vicinity, Subros is in sight. Nothing really happening right now. It's a very patient approach from Cloud9. Tark's holding the line, waiting for a potential push. It's not going to come. A2Z's holding the line back by Arch. He's sitting there with an AWP. Guimon's in pit, waiting for a push coming up truck side. His teammate Sabrosa has a crossfire with him on the back box in the A bomb site. There's only one on B. It's Effie's who's playing on top of first orange. The problem is, it is a rededication towards this B bomb site. Stewie is kind of walking in. Even if he loses this fight, Effie's here alone. He's getting support now. Here comes that pop flash off the barrels. It should blind them and slow things down just a bit. That'll allow A2Z to get into position, but A2Z somehow just doesn't hit that shot. It didn't register, at least on my screen. Maybe it's because my GoTV is bugged. It's not showing kills, but it looks like he did get the kill. There they go. Did that just happen for you, too?
Yep, it just caught up.
I was going to say, I'm like, did he not kill him? Wait, no, he's dead.
Yep.
That was a fun bug.
I
thought I was losing my mind. I'm like, he definitely died, right? Like, that's not... Did something happen? And then all of a sudden, all these kills come through. Awesome.
Yeah, no, he hit the shot just before the smoke bloomed. So you're not insane, which must be a relief.
But, like, my kill thing was, like, the kill feed was all delayed.
Yeah, they all came up at once at the end.
And...
We dead? We living?
We here, boy?
Alive?
Not like this.
All right, I think we're good. FE's types welcome back, which means we're good. Yeah, we're all right. We're tight. We're alive and living. Living the dream. GoTV issues aside, we're okay. The ship is not sinking. It's just a minor hole.
So many jokes could come out of that one. I'm just going to bite my tongue for the time being.
Only water's going in.
Effie's back site. Right now, Cloud9 is grouped up at that top banana. Stewie's leading the charge. He's got a deagle. All 5 members of Cloud9 are in this vicinity. Steele right now with the op. He's over on Arch side with Sabrosa. They have fast rotate potential. Gimon's in the A site, but it's a 2-man setup on B. A2Z is still here, chilling. Effie's back site, so there goes the Molly or the Incendiary. A2Z is here first orange. He dies almost immediately. Effie's has to go big. He only gets 1 kill. So Cloud9 is able to secure the bomb site with just pistols. They'll be able to upgrade as well, get a couple of rifles out of this one. They've got an AK and 2 M4s in play now. Rush is still on a deagle. The bomb has been planted. Sabrosa, Steel, and Gimon trying to come in on the rotate. They've got a little bit of utility to work at to try and flush these players out of position. Sabrosa actually heaved that molly a little bit too deep. It's for second arm. Still hits the shot, but he dies in the end. Automatic on top of the barrels. It's up to Tarek in the 1v2. He's back in dark spot. It's one of the few places they haven't really cleared. Tarek will get the first kill, sprays down the second, and it's a 15-7 now. Cloud9 putting themselves at the edge of the finish line.
I love that from C9. They put 3 players towards emo. Automatically, the AK on the off-angle top barrels. He's good for a frag. It was Rush on 4 HP. Was baiting for Tarek there at the end, as he just is willing to stay in the open and take the fight and die. And they expect Tarek to be towards Banana behind the smoke that torqued through. And he just gets the perfect timing. It's torqued 15-7, 3 M4s, a FAMAS, and MP9. I mean, this is almost... No, just one more nail is all it takes to seal the deal here for C9.
The buy coming in from Torque isn't that good either. It's MP9 and a FAMAS. 3 M4s. No hits in sight. And very limited utility. No incendiaries at all. It's going to make things really difficult when it comes time to slow things down or to come in on a retake. Things will be certainly escalated. Over on B, we've got a fight already breaking out. That leaves the CT side with a man advantage. However, they're hobbling about still with that gun disadvantage. So even though they have the numbers, it's a problem to be losing guns in that fashion. Now, Torque does get another kill by Steel, and they've dropped the bomb as well. They just don't realize it yet. The last 2 players of Cloud9 try to come in through apartments. It's not going to happen. Gimon's got that thing on lock. Torque to get an 8th round. Had they even realized the bomb was down, it might have been even easier for them. But again, they have to do this now 7 rounds in a row. They have to keep this pressure on. One mistake and the game comes to a close.
Can they stay afloat and push OT? It's a lot to do. As we will see a quick play for C9 on him. I mean, this team is so scary with Deagles. You said it. Brand known for Deagles. These players, from every iteration for C9, has just been deadly with Deagles. Sabrosa, able to answer back. 2 through the smoke. 1 finds Rush as he comes through it. And it leaves Automatic alone with Deagle, trying to E this up, but his E button seems to be broken, as most are. Yeah,
he's got T-Rex arms. You can't pick it up. You gotta have Gumby arms in this game to pick up guns, not T-Rex arms. I mean, yeah, like looking at Cloud9 historically, even when they were back as Complexity, back in the old days, back when they went toe-to-toe against iBuyPower at like season 16 of ESEA Invite Land, beating a bunch of European teams like Virtus Pro and Na'Vi and Titan. Like, that was a great event, but I remember seeing it then, how strong this team was with Deagles. And that's been a thing for them forever. Every time they change the roster, it doesn't matter. They're still really good with the Deagles. During Sean Garris' leadership, and now during Tarek's leadership as well with the current roster they have. Very powerful team when they put that pistol in their hands. Ultimately, they don't win the round, but they have a tendency to win those. They will be back on a force again here as well, so it's going to be CZs coming out for 3, P250s for Skadoodle and Stewie. No Deagles today.
But the ever so deadly CZ, or should I say CZ?
Don't.
Keep it honest to my... Does that bug you when Scrawny says that in callouts? Instead of Z, he calls it Z.
I've said it myself once or twice, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, I should not say this. It actually bothers me that I said it more than when I hear somebody else say it.
It doesn't roll off the tongue, Zed. Z does. Zed does not, but it's the way I was raised, but I'll keep rocking the Z. As C9 are about to rock out this mid-play, Automatic will show you a little bit of a molly. You can use the skybox, get it on towards sight. And Cloud9, they're able to find Sabrosa. They pick up his M4, now they're going to go. There's one little thing they've forgotten, however. That is the bomb, in which Stewie has to go all the way back to pick up. As A2Z is going to get caught in this wrap, as Effie may just join him. As Automatic spots where he went, he fell back in towards construction. They may just turn this around. C9 are kind of all over the place. Stewie's trading 1-for-1. Skadoodle goes down. It's Automatic in a 1v2. Bomb is down mid, and he wins the duel against Effies, and it's Steel. 44 HP up in hand. Effies has done the heavy lifting, but can Steel do the final bench press.
I mean, there's like no time left. All Steel has to do is play the other side of this. Oh my goodness, Steel runs out of ammo on the M4. Not like this.
That's a rough go, isn't it?